Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This look today was inspired by Ratajkowski from the Emmys. It's a perfect mermaidy inspired look created by Hung Van Gogh. Hope you enjoy it and please subscribe. I'm going to moisturise my face using Tailor Moisture and then spritz it with some Native Rituals Hydrating Makeup Fix. Then I'm going to prime my eyes with the Benefit Stay Stray Eye Primer and just rub it in with a brush, Sigma brush. Grabbing my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, I'm using a fluffy brush to set the primer and just make sure it loses its tackiness. Grabbing my MAC Coquette shadow and a bobby brown eyeshadow brush, eyebrow brush, I'm then just popping the shadow through my brush trying to create a fluffy brow, nothing too defined. Then I'm grabbing my Lancome Sourcil Styler Brow Mascara. I love this product, it sets the brows in place beautifully and it's tinted. Then I'm just grabbing a light brown shadow and I'm starting to map out the shape that I want the shadow to sit in. I'm using a pencil brush for precision and I'm just blowing that wing out and I'm taking it above my crease and then into the crease on the inner corners and then under the eye as well. This just sets out where I want the shadow to go in a good map. And it really just allows for precision when I go in with the bold colours. Just taking a blender brush and just blending out the lines so it's not too harsh. And then I'm taking this Maybelline Colour Show pencil, I think it's in the colour Navy, and I'm just starting to use this as a base for the shadows. So this liner is super pigmented and when I was blending it out I was like, holy crap, I've put down too much. So if you use something like this, you don't actually need to use a lot of product. It will blend out really well. And it was kind of at this point when I was like, uh-oh, like I put on too much, what am I going to do? But we pull it back. So it makes a really good base and allows for the shadows that you put on top to be really pigmented. So it's a good kind of base for that. I'm just smudging it out with another Sigma brush and then just laying out that shape and then also taking a blender brush with nothing on it to kind of smudge out the blue and make sure that it's not too harsh with the lines. Just keep blending that so the lines are blurred a little bit, and then I'm going to take that same brown that I used to map out the shape of the wing and on a blender brush, and I'm just kind of buffing out the edges to sort of have a soft transition between the blue and my skin shade. Then I'm taking a really pale shade and just popping it onto my brow bone to kind of highlight the area. And then I'm using another Colour Show pencil from Maybelline, and this one is an aqua, and I am using it as a base for the inner part of the eye where the bright shadow is going to go. So I'm just laying that down. You don't have to be too precise with this. And then I'm just smoothing it out with a concealer brush. Now it's time for the eyeshadow. So this is Bobbi Brown Navy shadow, and I'm using a Sigma tapered brush, and I'm starting to lay that on the outside corner of the eye. So I'm kind of patting it down so it is the colour is more dense and the payoff is better in that area, and then start smudging it up into that shape as well. So I'm just bringing this shadow just sort of on the outer third of the eye to really get that outer shape of the wing. Because we're doing the eyes before we've done the base, it's actually okay if we are a little bit messy. We can clean up afterwards with, you know, a makeup wipe or your foundation and concealer. It's not a big deal. And then picking up that brush that has no product on it and just buffing out the edges again. This part was super exciting. It's Mermaid from Makeup Geek, and I'm just taking like a flat brush and starting to pack it down in the area where I put that aqua liner. So it's quite a small brush, and I'm just making sure I'm doing patting motions instead of swiping so that the product does get deposited and it goes on really opaque, nice and opaque. I'm then just kind of slightly defining that inner area with the brush, but just really trying to pack that colour on so it's nice and dense and the colour payoff is really good. I'm taking that shadow sort of halfway onto the lid, 1/3 to halfway, and making sure that there is a little bit of space in the middle there. Then I'm taking Nautica, which is also from Makeup Geek, and on a Lancome fluffy brush, and I'm just blending that into the middle. So this is the shade that I'm using to kind of blend the navy shadow into the mermaid shadow, and just making sure it's a really nice gradient. It's all blended really smoothly. This, I think, really made it. It really just helped bring the look together. And then I'm just going over top with Mermaid again and making sure that it is still dense and opaque, and they're blended into the Nautica shade. The new nude stick from Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I am applying that all over my face. It's got a really cool cushion on the top, so you can blend in the foundation, but also you can take that cushion off and actually clean the cushion, so that's a really good feature. It's a really light coverage as opposed to the normal Double Wear, so if you are looking for something a little bit more on the lighter coverage side, then this will work for you. I'm doing a couple of layers and using my beauty blender to blend it in afterwards. Then taking my Naked Skin concealer from Urban Decay, and this is in a couple of shades lighter than my skin tone, just to kind of brighten up the eyes, and I'm using it to sort of carve out that area underneath the wing so that it sharpens it up a little bit, and also down the center of my face to really bring those areas forward and bring some life back into my face. Using a damp beauty blender, I am blending that concealer in under my eyes, and also tilting it to the side and using it to kind of smudge that area there and just make sure that that line is nice and clean after messing everything up a little bit with those coloured liners. Then I'm just blending everything together on the rest of my face with the beauty blender. After that, I'm just going to brighten up the eyes a tiny wee bit more, using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard, and I'm just applying that right to the very high points and just really freshening up under the eyes. Just blending that in again with the damp beauty blender. Taking my Chanel Soleil de Tan cream bronzer, and I'm using a smaller brush to just apply this to my face so I have a little bit more precision about where I am bronzing up my face. I'm just using it like a bronzer and just bringing back some warmth into my face. Then I'm taking a Kabuki Star foundation brush, and I'm just kind of blending that upwards and into my skin so that there's no harsh lines. To set under my eyes and kind of give an even brighter appearance, I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm just using my damp beauty blender to apply this under the eyes and then alongside that wing as well. It's just making sure that that wing is clean and that nothing will crease under my eyes. I'm then taking some more of that product and using the squeezing the beauty blender and using it to kind of carve out the line underneath my contour as well. I am baking a little bit, just leaving the product to sit there into the skin. Taking that Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder on a tulip brush from Sigma, and then just applying that to the other areas of my face that I haven't set with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Then I'm taking a tapered highlighting brush, and I'm just kind of brushing away any excess powder that I had there baking under my eyes. This will just, help smooth out any powder there and just brush off any excess so we don't have any excess powdery looking stuff on our face. Then I'm going to take this, the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette and the darker contour shade, and I'm just using the Sigma brush to kind of contour under my cheekbones, down the sides of my nose. And then I'm going to take that highlighting brush again, but with the yellow powder, and I'm just going to put that down my nose, kind of bring that forward, and then a little bit under the eyes to just brighten that area even more. Taking this new designer brand's Flawless Strobing stick. It's like a cream highlight in a stick form. It's very similar to Benefit What's Up, yeah. And I am just applying that with my finger onto those high points of my face. Then I'm taking my Benefit Hoola bronzer and using a blush brush to kind of bronze up those areas where we've already put cream bronzer, just to bring more warmth and dimension back into the face, and also match it in with my shoulders because I am pretty tan from Fiji Life. Just taking my beauty blender and making sure all those products are blended in. Then I'm taking this illuminator from Black Cosmetics in the shade golden glow, and I'm using a fan brush to just kind of take that again over where I put the strobing stick on the high points, down the center of my nose, Cupid's bow, and a little bit on my temples as well. This just really brought life to the look. It's just so glowy and beautiful, and it's a cruelty-free New Zealand brand as well. Then I'm taking, this is Harmony from MAC, it's one of their prolonged wear blushes, and I'm just popping that over top to kind of just blend everything in together, and then taking that kind of powder julep brush I used earlier and just kind of making sure everything's blended in. Then I'm taking that navy Bobbi Brown shade again on a pencil brush and putting it under my eyes and just really helping to carve out that shape of the wing again. So I'm just blending along the lash line and then taking it up into that outer wing and just making sure that the shape is perfect and it's not blurry or too sharp as well. So it just kind of brings it all together at the end. Then I'm just grabbing that Colour Show Aqualiner again from Maybelline and popping it on the inner corners just to lay down the base for that mermaid shadow from Makeup Geek. And then just applying that Makeup Geek shadow just on the inner corner and under the lower lash line just at the start, blending it into that navy Bobbi Brown shadow. Then just making sure it's all blended in together with a pencil brush to make sure that it has a smooth gradient. This is just a Chi Chi black liner. It was the first one I found, so I'm just tightlining and also popping it into my waterline as well, just making sure that the rim is dark and you can't see any flesh tones. Curling my eyelashes with my MAC Eyelash Curler just to prepare my lashes for falsies, and then applying some Lancome Doll Eyes waterproof mascara. I love this mascara, it's my favorite. It also smells really good, which is quite weird for a mascara. I'm popping on some DODO false eyelashes. These are cruelty-free mink lashes and I just think they're so beautiful and fluffy. Then I'm lining my lips with Safari lip liner. This is from Anika, which is also another cruelty-free brand. And then going over top with this matte lipstick from Maybelline. It's an, I think it's called Barely Nude, but I will pop it in the description bar below. And then finally just spraying with the Urban Decay Chill setting spray, and that is the complete look. I hope you guys liked it. It really was something a bit more bold and bright for my channel. So if you do like these looks, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you want to see more. And if you do recreate it, definitely tag me in it on social media so I can see it. Please subscribe, hit that red subscribe button. Would love to have you on my channel so you don't miss any future vids. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye!